Hello and welcome back to my channel where I unbox slash review slash whatever you want to call it. I open up toys and you guys watch it. Today I have AEW figures. Surprisingly, my Walmart made the decision to get AEW figures back in their stores. So, we finally have AEW figures again. The only issue is they're still the old figures. These are like 3-4 series old, and that's a bit of a bummer, but still, the fact that they're back in my stores, that's pretty cool. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. We have the AEW Unmatched Cody Rhodes, number 27. I am excited for this figure. Ever since it was announced I wanted this figure. I always wanted a Cody Rhodes in a suit, so now I have him. Like I said, this is a bit more of an older series. It's maybe 3-4 months old at this point, but I guess there hasn't really been too much news as far as AEW figures, so it's not that old. The other figure I got, which I'll show in another video, that one's a little bit more old, but I'm still excited to have it. So let's go over the box really quick. You have the nice silver. This is the second series, the B series of AEW figures, the Unmatched. So you have the silver at the top, silver Cody Rhodes, instead of the gold we see with the main series. So yeah, let's go ahead and turn it. You have AEW on the side, a nice picture of Cody Rhodes right here. He is number 27 in series 4. On the back you have a nice picture of Cody Rhodes with an autograph. Of course, this is 2/7/2019 in Las Vegas, the Double or Nothing press conference. This series also included CM Punk, Adam Page, Jade Cargill, MJF, and Chris Jericho. I believe I only need these two right now, and I'll have the complete wave, but I don't know. I did see her at a different Walmart, but I decided to pass on her so I could get Cody instead. Hopefully I'll get her eventually, because I do love Jade Cargill. And then that MJF figure is a little wonk, but it is a little bit better than this Chris Jericho. This is an awful Chris Jericho. I didn't even upload that video on this channel because that figure was so bad. But yes, I saw for the first time in my life, I saw a 1 in 5,000 chase of the CM Punk. I passed on it for now. I will go back and pick it up as soon as I can. I just didn't have all the funds necessary to pick him up, and the box was a little beat up. Otherwise I would have picked him up. But yes, the first time I ever saw a 1 in 5,000 figure, and it happened to be my favorite wrestler of all time. And then if you keep turning it, of course you have the AEW logo right there, and then we're back to the front. So let's transition to the figure, and this is pretty much all you get. Starting off first with the head sculpts, mostly because they sent me two of the same head sculpts. This one is a little bit less shiny than this one, but these are the exact same head sculpts. One of these is supposed to be the more angry yelling face, and that's not what I received. Whoops. That kind of blows. I will, of course, per usual, hit them up, see what they can do about it. I assume things will be fixed lickety-split. You know, it's not that big of an issue. But yes, that's the first issue I saw. We also have two fist hands, which I love to see. These are very nice fist hands. They look identical. They are left and right, of course. Nice to have these hands. I love having fist hands for my figures, especially AEW figures, because they're pretty much all interchangeable. You just get the right skin tone and you can apply it to all the figures you have, so it's nice to have extras of those. Then we have the figure itself. Of course, he comes with a microphone. I forgot to mention this is rubber banded on. If I could get it off. Oh, please. Toss that over there. And yes, that is the AEW microphone. It has a little bit of a bend to it, but that's fine. And the figure itself, you have Cody Rhodes in this suit jacket thing. Looks fantastic. I love the look. Typically, I'm not the biggest fan of figures in suits because it kind of hinders the application of the figure. You can't really, like, if you're taking pictures, if you're doing a pic fed, you can only really use this in certain scenarios. And B, usually the articulation is vastly worse than a regular figure. But from what I've seen of this figure online, I'm pretty sure this is a stellar figure. The only thing is, I'd like to get this jacket off, and I don't know if it would look good without the jacket. I guess we could pull it off and see. I think the arms are going to be a little bit too different for that to work. Let's see. Does it look like a suit? It kind of does, but it doesn't really work. That's clearly a vest. Maybe you could toss on a Cody Rhodes body right here, so he's just wearing the suit pants, and, you know, he just happened to get into a fight while he was wearing a suit, so he tossed off his jacket. But this really should just stay on. It is nice and soft, so it is easy to move out of the way, but, you know, I'll go ahead and keep it off so I can talk about articulation, which I will do now, starting with the head. He can look up to about, not really at all. He can look down to about right there, pretty standard. The arm can come up to about right there, rotate all the way around, perfect. Double jointed arms, these are, of course, pinned, so you'll have to deal with that if you dislike it, but it goes up to about right there. You can make some phone calls, make some business decisions. Maybe he's calling WWE saying, hey, I want to come over there. Of course he did. The wrist can go in, it can go out, and it can spin all the way around. Of course, a little bit more ratchety than I'm used to on my AEW figures. Normally they're a little bit more glidey. This feels pretty, like, ratchety. Like it ratchets, not like, you know, the other word, the other term for ratchet. The ab crunch, he can go back to about that far. He can go forward to about that far. If you add in the lower crunch, you can go that far. Same with the back. And then, of course, you can kind of go left and right, swivel a little bit. You know, AEW abs. Pretty standard. If you add the legs into it, he can go about... well, the legs don't want to bend. About that far if you force it. I didn't want it to pop off, but of course, with AEW figures, it does pop. But the more you do it, the more loose it gets, so I try to avoid popping them as much as I can. That does mean the legs can come up to about right here. That's a pretty decent body kick, I'd say. Fairly decent. If you add the thighs to it, it can rotate to around like that. Oh, I believe you could rotate... you know what? Let's say you can't. I'm sure you could, but it's tight, and I don't want to mess with it. Double jointed knees, not pinless, but still can go up to about right there. That's pretty spectacular. Love to see that. Rotation here at the calf. It can go all the way around like so. Ankle can go down. It can go up, and it can, you know, swivel a little bit. Very slight. And that is pretty much it for the Cody Rhodes figure. Pretty much as good as I thought it would be. I do think the articulation does need some work, but it looks great in the jacket and everything. He always looked good in a jacket, so love to see it, love to have it. And this, I believe, one of the last figures we got of Cody Rhodes in AEW. I think maybe the Supreme Edition is officially the last one we got of Cody Rhodes, technically. But this is one of the last main figures we got of him. So, sad to see him go, but, you know, he's killing it in WWE right now, so happy to have these figures, of course. That's pretty much it for me. Let me know what you guys think of the figure down in the comments below. Leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe. All the things YouTubers ask you to do, just do it for me as well. And I will be back with another video, hopefully, very, very soon. Bye.